earlier. Today we're gonna take a look at these two laptops here. We're gonna talk about performance, upgrades, tips, and also designs, and we're gonna see which one is better, the older one or the newer one. So today we have the Acer Aspire One D255. This one here. And we're gonna take a look at this one here, the Asus T100 Transformer, I believe. So we're gonna talk about the performance. Well, performance-wise, original, the Acer has a hard drive, and this one gets standard from the factory an SSD. So of course this one is going to be faster, but you can upgrade this machine to an SSD, so that's actually a plus point. Now let's make a boot up test and let's see which one boots faster. You can clearly see that the Asus T100 is a lot faster than the Acer Aspire One, but we need to look why this one is faster than this one. Well, first of all, while they both have an SSD, it's because the Acer Aspire One, unlike the Asus, has a lots of programs from the OEM factory installed, because this has still the OEM Windows on it, so it means it has everything from Acer on it. So it comes with Acer accessories, Acer Games On, Norton Online Backup, and a lots of pre-installed programs by Acer or other manufacturers. Unlike the Asus one, this Asus here does not come with a lots of programs, or not even like 4 or 3, it's like 1 or 2, it's not like much, you know. That's why it actually boots up way faster than this one. And the fact that actually from Windows 8 to Windows 10 your computer is actually put in a sort of standby or hibernation, that's why it's actually is faster. But if you put this one on hibernation, slip on the tongue, sorry, we can actually get this also equally fast as this one. But that doesn't matter. Let's get over to the ports of this machine and we're going to talk about the design. And on this side of the Acer we have a DC input, a VGA port, 2 USB 2.0 ports, and we will now go to the next side. On this side we have an SD card slot, 2 3.5mm audio and microphone jack, a USB 2.0 port, Kensington lock, and an Ethernet port. Well, let's talk about the design. First of all, I don't know. I don't think it has an ugly design. It's actually a quite nice design. It's actually designed to be taken to travel or to a friend, everywhere actually. And it's actually a very neat laptop to put in your backpack to school or to go to travel, like I said, go to an airport or go on vacation. It's actually a pretty nice and good laptop for this, for all the tasks you need. It does pretty good job at email, web browsing, YouTube, actually what you want. Everything what you want, I mean, sorry. Well, let's look at it. Here comes the keyboard, pretty nice. Okay. And now, let's get over to the Asus. First of all, also this one doesn't have quite an ugly design. It actually looks also nice to me. And this is what they call a modern netbook. So this is what we have now, a modern netbook. And let's talk about it. It may have a nice design, but it is so poor on ports and features, and it lacks a lots of things you actually look for a travel laptop or a travel netbook or whatever you call it. Some even call this a tablet, which actually I kind of have to admit, it actually looks and is like a tablet because you can actually take this off and then it becomes a tablet. Well, the other one doesn't is a tablet, but still it's quite nice to take everywhere, just like this one. Let's talk about it. This side we have a USB 3.0 port coming out 3 buttons, one Windows home button, a volume button, and a power button. On this side we have a micro SD card slot, a micro USB port, a mini HDMI port, and a 3.5mm audio jack. Let's take a look at this design. First of all, I like it that the place of the keyboard and touchpad has a metallic design, which looks pretty quality, and it looks really nice to the touch, and not only that, but really looks professional, even though this is only what, $200 tablet. So pretty nice from Asus, actually, pretty neat though. Also the keyboard is really nice, it feels really soft and ticklish, it's really nice. Both of these two machines are quite nice for doing your daily things. But the question is the older one better than the newer one? Well, we're gonna talk about that now. First of all, I want to talk about upgrades. First of all, the Asus is not upgradable. Don't look for a tablet or mini laptop or netbook that you want to upgrade later, because the Asus is nowhere near upgradable. The Acer, in fact, is upgradable. This Acer here is upgraded to 4 gigs of memory, DDR3 memory, in fact, at least this model, and is also upgradable to like 1 2TB hard drive or 1 2TB SSD. Like this is, like I said, a netbook, so actually 250 gig SSD or 128 will actually do pretty good the job actually. But now let's get to the specs of both of these machines. First of all, the Asus comes with 32 gigs of SSD, and it also comes with 2 gigs of DDR4 memory, I believe, and comes with an Intel Atom processor, a quad-core Intel Atom processor. Let's get over to the Acer specs, and we begin. It has an Intel Atom processor, the N550, as I can read it from the sticker here down, so not quite a big deal. 1.5 gigahertz. It comes standard with 1 gig of DDR3 memory, but I have upgraded to 2 gigs. You can upgrade this machine to 4 gigs of memory, and it comes pre-installed with 250 gig hard drive. I also upgraded this to a 256 gigabytes of SSD. You can actually see the performance very well. First of all, the RAM does a quite nice job, and the RAM, I at least recommend a RAM upgrade if you are still going to use this. Even with Windows 10, this Acer needs a RAM upgrade. You can't use this Acer without a RAM upgrade. Well, you can, but it's very slow, and of course with a hard drive it will be slower, more and more slower. And with an SSD and 2 gigs of memory, this machine gets quite the job done, so pretty nice. Keep in mind that if you are going to upgrade this to 4 gigs of memory, that you can use the standard or pre-installed Windows 7 Starter on it, because Windows 7 Starter doesn't, like, what can I say, it doesn't support 4 gigs of memory, it only supports 2 gigs. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you're going to upgrade to 4 gigs, but I believe 2 gigs is quite nice. Let's get over to the display. You open the laptop's logged in. This one has a 1024 by 600 resolution. It's not an HD resolution or an HD ready for that fact, but still, it's livable, it's doable. Now let's get over to the Asus one. The Asus has a 1366 by 768 resolution. Well, that's actually a pretty good resolution for, what do I say, 10-inch screen, so pretty nice actually. And it really looks good, and it's an HD ready resolution, so that's good. So let's get to the conclusion and which one I would prefer and recommend to you all. Well, I would say I would recommend the Acer. Not only is this laptop way upgradable, or netbook, sorry, but it also is quite a good laptop for every daily use, going to YouTube, watching movies, downloading stuff from the internet. Actually everything you try that will work. Well, don't expect Crysis to work, but still, it's a nice laptop. Slip on the tongue. And what I only can tell from this laptop here, it's upgradable. It has lots of ports, it has all the features you want, and if you don't like Windows 7, you can actually upgrade this thing to Windows 10. I can only tell, I will recommend this laptop if you are someone that wants to go on travel, that wants to use this laptop to go on vacation, to go to a friend, to actually use it like all the time, because it has a great battery and it can actually hold up very long with the SSD. So yeah, let's close this one. Let's get over to the Asus. Well, the Asus is not a bad laptop, but we still recommend the Acer. And I can tell you, the thing I don't like about this Asus and why I think the old one is beating it, it's because this one has tiny ports. You just need adapters and cables that just, well, that doesn't help me, and it's not quite nice for going on travel. Although, if you don't need those features, and if you don't seem to actually need them, then I would recommend this one over the Acer, because if you are not someone you're looking for ports, and if you're someone you just look for something new, something very cheap, then I will say go for the Asus, because the Asus has no features whatsoever. It's just a standard normal little tablet actually. So those are our recommendations, those are our tips and what we recommend. Well, the only thing I can say is the choice is yours. And let us know which one you like to prefer the most, and which one you like the most, and which one you think has better design, and which one is better for you. Just tell us, let us know in the comments. And this was it. Well, we will see you next time by TecViewer to go, and have a good, nice day. Today we're gonna discuss these two laptops here. Begin gewoon opnieuw. Welcome. As I said earlier, today we're gonna take a look to the God! So it comes with there. So let's get over to the screen. Let's get over to the display. Display has a